Hello, welcome back to Google Cloud. We was showing before that we have all the traffic loading in a page in servicing. So we just this looks like it's crashed. By the way, let me stop. It's not answering. It's gonna be back in fill. I wonder. Here we go. It's not answering here. Let's wait it to answer. Okay, cool. So in this last minutes here, I'll just have the version of reviews workload 100% there. So now I deleted all of them, the services, and I'm going to add a timeout for some replies. So let me just apply this guy. Okay, so we just create some virtual service again. This is what we are loading on. Let's leave that after I explain the YAML. Okay. Let's create another virtual service for reviews to route for reviews. Let me put it up. This is what I want. There's virtual service that's going to destination for reviews version 2. Okay. And now we're going to put some delay for the ratings service. So you can see here the virtual service for the ratings, host ratings. This is the virtual service, the servicing. Okay, I want to put the delay of 2 seconds. All right. And the version is V1. You just have one version of ratings. So there's 2 seconds for the ratings to answer. Okay, just apply it. And after that, let's add some half second for the calls for review service. But before we gonna have to take some loading here for reviews and for ratings. Let's click here. Here, let's keep it calling the APIs. Let's leave it calling the pages. Okay, even here, if you come in here, you see the black stars. This is the version 2. This is the YAML I just added for only the versions 1. Okay, let's be back here. If you click on reviews, traffic, show timeline before midday. It's starting back to V1 since it was 100% here. So Anthos is gonna load much more. Infrastructure, reset. Okay. You're backing to 0. So after it's gonna restart loading for the version V1. The reviews in this case. Let's click here, traffic. Reset. Let's wait a little bit more. Let's go to the ratings. There's only one version there, traffic. So it's always going to be here. In few, you're gonna see the latency is gonna spike 1 second for each one request. If we come in, we're gonna get somewhere here where we can see that. So there is gonna be the metrics of ratings. Okay. So let's look for latency. Breakdown by. We can choose breakdown by. Okay, let's leave it as none. But every request here is gonna be easy to understand. There's gonna be a latency for of 1 second as response. So the chart in Anthos is gonna be a little bit different. request operation. Search service. I think we would leave it search service. After it's gonna update and fill. Let's here I think I left here doing the requests, etc. Latency. Okay. So on the breakdown by, I could leave it none, breakdown by. So here in the field is gonna be something as a ooh. We do a request, and if you is show timeline, you can see the difference if you put 1 hour as less than 1 hour. So even that you can add to the service. Let's click here. Let's go now to the reviews. Traffic. Show timeline. We put everything on V2 now. Even, oh. After we put everything to V1 and after we put everything to V2. Click on infrastructure. V2, correct. Anthos. Ratings. Traffic, there's only one version. Go metrics. Show timeline. As much as more reduce, you can see the difference of the chart and the milliseconds. It's super interesting, the thing. And now what we do, let's add half of a second request timeout for review service. So review service, the version V2, we're going to add a timeout of half of a second. So now if we refresh this page, should be faster. You see, so you don't have the reviews anymore. Since it takes more time to the answer, so we're not going to see the page. So I just put this as an available. Imagine if you have a service you wouldn't like to show something in a page to the service. So say, let's make that unavailable. You could, as I just have done. Now what we do, you're going to attempt a timeout to the product page. There's a pre-try timeout of 2 seconds. All right, so you can see here the number of retries. Super interesting. Now let's delete all the virtual services. You can even leave it here, the other, the ratings. Oh. Would even change. And This is a virtual service. I'm going to retry in 12 seconds, so that wouldn't change anything. And now let's delete all the virtual services. You're back there. It does a random to the services. Now we could add a circuit breaker. Let's add a circuit breaker in the scenario. Okay, creating a virtual service. So with the destination rule that I'm going to share, there is a max connections of 1, and there's the ejection percent of 100%. Okay, so this max consecutive errors, 500 errors, 1. So we're going to apply this to the product page. Okay, so I'm going to do here. The reviews are like these. Correct. Now let's apply the destination rule. Using this for tool. And with the for tool, we're going to explode our product page. This is gonna do a load at each second, 20 seconds. Okay, let's do that again. Let's get the for tool loading to the product page, getting the logs. So what we did, we sent 20 requests in less than 2 seconds. And here we can see what we have. Since we had the destination rule with the circuit breaker, we could see there's no health upstream. Okay. The last thing we did, we added this guy here. Okay. This for tool. It's not answering easy. And we added a circuit breaker. Circuit breaker, it's avoiding you access the page. If I come in here and delete it, services doesn't make any difference. Read about for tool. Still is applying the destination, the circuit breaker. Was kind of a load testing for HTTP calls. It's a kind of trip for the circuit breaker policies to the destination rule. So I could even get the destination rule, like kubectl, get destination rule. Well, then delete it. Here we go. It's different because I have to delete all the virtual services. But what I would like to share was the last part of the circuit breaker. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.